All right, sounds good.
Here we go.
Hello, Mr. Artis. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. The charges are drinking in public, resisting arrest, destruction of city property, petty larceny, and a domestic battery. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here, so that we can figure out how these cases are going to get resolved.
Yes, ma'am.
If you would tell the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you'll be able to speak to your lawyer in private.
Okay.
All right.
Mm. Miss Kathleen, could I ask you, we have two people who are on for revocation today, ma'am. Is that right?
Yes.
Could you tell me
Yeah,
who
I
those?
show Jefferson and House.
Okay,
Does that
just make,
sound right?
I'm
Ms.
sorry.
Holt?
And then
Yeah,
Arthur Smith and Cheatham. Am I?
so 4 total. Is that right? All
Yes, Your Honor.
right.
House, Smith, Cheatham, and
Smith,
Jefferson.
House, Jefferson, Cheatham. Yeah.
okay.
Is oh, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Artis. Your Honor, the city has made a plea offer to resolve all of Mr. Artis's pending charges before this court. I have reviewed that plea offer with Mr. Artis. I have explained to him his right to have a trial on these charges and his rights related to trial. After having that discussion with him, Your Honor, he would like to accept the plea offer from the city. My understanding of that offer is that he will be pleading guilty to one count of petty larceny and guilty to drinking in public. And in exchange for that plea, the city will move to dismiss the domestic battery, resisting arrest, and criminal damage to property. The city is seeking a 30-day underlying sentence that Mr. Artis be placed on probation from that sentence for 6 months on a condition that he not violate the law, complete a checkmate class, and pay a total fine of $230. Your Honor, after discussing that with Mr. Artis, he would request that the court adopt that as its order to resolve these charges. He would also request that the court grant him an OR bond today.
Mr. Artis, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by entering these pleas to these two charges, that you're giving up your right to have a trial on these matters?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And is that how you want to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, go
Right
ahead.
now, I'm actually on parole. I have a GPS monitor on my ankle.
All right.
I go see him. If I get out today, I see him at 2:30. I already have an appointment scheduled. I do have a
Okay.
job, I just really want to resolve this matter. I don't know if you've seen how old these tickets
Yeah,
were.
they are old.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like I said, I just got out of prison on the 3rd. I wasn't even aware that I still had these charges because, when you leave, they run NCIC or whatever on you.
Right.
I've been to see my PO multiple times since I've gotten out. They never mentioned this. Or
Never
else
said.
I would have came and tried to take care of this sooner than the way that it happened. You see what I
All
mean?
right. I understand totally. All right. So, getting back to your plea, I appreciate your information
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that. To the charges of the petty larceny and drinking in public, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And I'll accept those pleas. I will dismiss the other charges. I will agree with the sentence, that 30-day underlying sentence, suspend all of the time. You'll be placed on probation for 6 months, the fine of $250, just to do that checkmate class.
Oh,
Now,
and
go
sorry,
ahead.
the checkmate class, he kind of explained it to me a little bit, but he said
Mhm.
it's one day, but we're like, where is it? What do I
Yeah.
do? Like
Well, there
stuff like that.
is, we have a class here, but also there is a checkmate class. You go to a place and your probation officer can help you navigate that.
Okay,
Okay, so that you can get that scheduled and do it
okay,
within that 6 months time.
okay.
Okay, all
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Yeah, so as long as you report to probation, they can help you on your way.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
on parole. I can't not report
Yeah,
it.
I totally
You
get. I
know.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. So I will OR you out today, but we've got to set a date for you to come to orientation here for probation. That's
Okay.
every Thursday at 10 o'clock. So
Okay.
I'm looking at like the 10th, the 17th, or the 24th. What do you think would work with you so that you
Hon-
can be there?
Honestly, I'm not in a rush, so I would like to take the 24th.
Okay, no,
Door
that's
number
fine.
3,
Yeah.
please.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just make sure you understand that if you do not appear on that date,
It,
a warrant's going to be issued, and that
no,
might screw
I
you
will
all
be
up.
there. I will be. Like I
Okay,
said, I got a GPS monitor on my ankle. I can't
gotcha.
not
Yeah,
be
we'll
where
be
I'm
able to
supposed to be.
find you, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. All right.
Now do
So
I come to court for that? Do I come to the
well,
courthouse
that's
for
what I'm going
that?
to tell you. Okay, so it's July 24th at 10. It is
Okay.
in City Hall. It's on the second floor of City Hall here at KCK.
Okay.
So it's basically across the street from where you're at right now.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And
All
so
right.
when you get on, you go to the second floor, get off the elevator, it's right to your left. There's also security that can help you show you where to go.
Okay. And this is
All right.
misdemeanor probation, right? Not felon.
Misdemeanor probation, that is
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
All right. Do
All
you
right.
have any questions at all?
No, ma'am. I appreciate you, the prosecutor, my lawyer. I
Okay,
mean, I'm just happy that this is resolved and actually
Great.
finally behind me after all this time. I've been
right.
wanting to
And
get it over
we'll
with.
send over the paperwork for that July 24th date.
Okay.
But it will be, you will be OR'd out as soon as we get the paperwork over there.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
All
All right.
right.
I wish you good luck.
You too, man.
All
Have a
right.
good holiday.
You also.
All
All
right.
right. Bye-bye.
Sorry, Judge. Arthur Smith next in a new pod. I'll be back.
All right.
And Mr. Lilich, on Mr. Smith, there is a revocation. The plea deal I sent you is just for his new cases. So we'll have to deal, I just wanted you to know
Just
that
the new cases.
yes.
On Vernell Smith?
No,
Was it-
no,
Arthur Smith.
Oh, yeah. That was the
Yeah.
one that you didn't initially send me, right, Ashley?
yes, but I sent Mr. Vernell Lee as well. You should have that one.
Oh, okay. I mixed up the names. I'm with you.
Okay,
Thank you.
So since we're on that, the hearing for the motion to revoke is going to have to be set at I don't know how this is all going to be resolved, but we're going to have that hearing at some point. Okay. All right.
Okay,
Sounds
I'll
good.
make sure he knows that.
Yeah.
That was on Smith.
Smith, correct.
Okay,
but there are 4 motions to revoke altogether on this docket, Mr. Lilich, Mr. House, Mr. Cheatham, and Mr. Jefferson. And that's the same for all of them. Any pleas I sent you is just the resolution of those pleas that are
so
still outstanding.
Smith, Cheatham, Jefferson, and House.
House.
Got it. Thank you.
Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Smith is here.
All right. Hello, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. First off, you have a motion to revoke your probation that you were on. And then there's other cases that are not resolved. You have 3 counts of petty larceny, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting. There's a trespass case. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who is here on the Zoom. What I'd like for you to do is visit with him so that we could figure out how these cases are going to proceed. So if you would ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you can speak to Mr. Lilich in private.
Just let it go on. This will let you talk to a public defender.
Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Smith. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Smith?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Your Honor, the city has made an offer to resolve the new charges that Mr. Smith has. I have explained to Mr. Smith that he has a right to have a trial on those charges. I've explained to him he has a right to have a hearing on his pending motion to revoke. After going over the plea offer the city has made on those charges, he would like to accept that plea offer, Your Honor. I have explained to Mr. Smith that by entering into this plea agreement with the city, it could add an additional basis or bases to the pending motion to revoke. I've also explained to Mr. Smith that by the substance of this plea offer, should he ever be charged in the future, well, should he be charged in the future within the time period for enhancement, a new theft charge could be charged as a felony. And I explained that to him. And after going over those caveats, he would like to enter into this plea agreement with the city. Your Honor, my understanding of that agreement is that he's going to be pleading guilty to 4 counts of theft, um, and 1 count of trespassing, and the city is going to move to dismiss the remaining charges. The city is going to be seeking with this plea agreement a 30-day underlying sentence, that Mr. Smith be placed on probation from that sentence for 6 months on the condition that he not violate the law and that he not use or possess alcohol or drugs. I've also explained to Mr. Smith that the city is seeking that he serves 4 days in jail. Judge, he's advised me that he has been incarcerated for 2 weeks. So as a part of this plea agreement, we would request that he get credit for time served and that the court grant him an OR bond today and order him to appear on his motion to revoke. Judge, Mr. Smith would ask that the court adopt the plea agreement that I have described today.
Mr. Smith, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
yes, ma'am.
That by entering these pleas, it may affect your motion to revoke that probation that's pending out there.
You have to worry about that. I'm in the low rider, and I'll be home every day. I don't go nowhere,
Gotcha. Okay.
so I'll be there. You
All
come
right.
by there.
All right. That sounds good, because the way that you can resolve all this is to start reporting, doing what they're telling you to do so that we can close these cases.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. All right. So
I'm 65, and I can't go to jail no more.
I
I'm
understand.
too old. I'm too old.
I get that. I get that. By entering the plea, these pleas today, you are giving up your right to have a trial, because you have a right to have a trial. Is that how you want to proceed? Give up that right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, I go the right.
Okay. So to the charges of the 4 counts of theft and the 1 count of trespass, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. I will accept your plea. I'll dismiss all the other charges. We'll do that. I will agree to the sentence, the 30-day underlying sentence. You'll be on probation for 6 months, no alcohol or drugs. You need to you need to stay away from basically the legends, it sounds like. Just stay away from that area, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You will get credit for time served on the 5 days, because I see you've been in custody since June 16th.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
will get credit for that time. Now, the key is we got to set your probation orientation, and that's any Thursday at 10 o'clock. So I'm looking at the dates of July 10th, 17th, or 24th at 10 o'clock. Those are Thursdays. What date would work best for you to come to probation orientation?
Any day of the week.
All
Any
right.
day.
All right, well, I'll set it for July 10th, which is, it won't be this coming week, but the week after, July 10th, which is a Thursday
Yes,
at
ma'am.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. And it's at City Hall, just across the street from where you're at, on the second floor. So when you get off the elevator in the building, you'll go to the left.
I know what's it.
Okay. And if you don't know, the security people that are in the building can help you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue your motion to revoke, and let's see how you do on the probation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So they'll just be sitting out there. We'll set everything for that July 10th and we'll work from there. Hopefully you can get this taken care of.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
I'm
All
too
right.
old.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll send over notice to OR you out today, and we'll expect to see you July 10th at 10 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Did you have any questions?
No.
All right. Well, then that'll conclude the hearing. You can give the gentleman back your headphones.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Good luck. I got it. Just checking, we're done, Judge.
Yes.
All right, new pod, new floor, or for those that's got my list, it looks like 6 people in a row out of that pod.
Okay.
be back
Sounds
shortly.
good.
First one, well, I don't know who will be first. I'll call
Yeah,
them
I
out.
got you. Yeah.
Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Cheatham is here.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Cheatham. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court, and you have some unresolved matters here. There's a motion to revoke probation on a DUI case, as well as 2 charges of drinking in public. Both of those stem from an you received a ticket in April 14th of this year and May 2nd of this year. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who is here on the Zoom, so that you can visit with him and we'll decide how these cases need to proceed. So if you'd ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you'll be able to talk to him in private.
Yes.
This will put you with the public defender.
Hello.
Now, we'll wait till your lawyer comes. Down a little problem. Hang on a second. Looks like he got booted off, so he'll have to reconnect. So just hang a few more minutes.
Okay. Boot it out.
Yeah.
First time I heard that. Judge,
Yes.
do y'all keep y'all got paperwork so all your last court appearances, like for my last court appearance?
We should have that. I show, let's see. You were sentenced May 23rd of 2025
Mm,
on the DUI.
okay.
It was May 23rd.
I didn't know Senate. I thought I was still dealing with all three of them, and then like the last time I was in court was with you.
Yeah, but
And
May
I was
23rd, yeah, it looks like May 23rd you were sentenced. But it looks like, let's see, you pled, let me look where that was. You pled back January 17th of 2025.
Miss
So the
Miss
May,
Judge,
yeah,
Judge, can you please? Somebody's yelling. I can't hear you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, you pled to the DUI first offense on January 17th of 2025. So when you pled, those two charges, those two violations weren't even, filed. They hadn't happened yet. Because the one drinking was April 14th of 2025, and the other one was May 2nd of 2025. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you pled to the only charge that was actually present at the time. Because those couldn't have been part of the plea or anything because they weren't
Yeah.
there.
So what I pleaded to?
You pled to a DUI first offense.
Yes, and I was assigned to
All
take.
the other charges were dismissed at that time that were pending. And then we continued it for sentencing because we have to have a evaluation for you.
Okay, and that's what I was going through.
And then you got it because on May 23rd, you were sentenced.
On May 23rd. Yeah,
Yes.
and I
Yeah, about a month ago.
I did the DUI things. I mean the AA classes.
Yeah.
And he should have the paperwork.
Well, if you did, the problem became what started this was it looks like you were ordered to probation on June 5th. So about a month after, a little less than a month, to show up at probation because you got probation on that DUI and you failed to appear for
On
the probation orientation.
I I don't even know what that said.
Yeah. Well, I know I usually always say it's on the second floor, it's right on the court's floor. You get out of the elevators, you go to the left. And you
Yeah.
were to appear on June 5th for that.
Okay, you go to live. You talking about room 212.
No, that's where the public defender is, but it's right there. It's right next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened on June the 5th.
Well, I don't know either, other than you didn't show up. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
I don't know.
yeah.
What might have been an apartment or something, didn't know about it, or dealing with the house or nothing.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I wasn't missing none of it.
I wanted to inform you of what we had because you asked about what our notes said.
Yeah.
We'll wait till Mr. Lilich gives back on how we're gonna
Yeah.
navigate this, or if you have a defense to the motion to revoke, I don't know, but I hoped you discussed with them. So, and it looks like I'm getting a note that we've sent some help for your lawyer to see if we can get him back on the Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so he must be having maybe some computer
Nah,
issues.
they just say he's still having problems, and they sent some help for him to get back on.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Judge, do we need to go back to the breakout room?
no, it's just that we've got a issue. Mr. Lilich is having,
Okay,
he's been just booted off the Zoom.
okay.
So they're working to get him back on.
Your Honor, I need to step aside for one moment, please.
Mr. Cheatham, it's my understanding they had to reboot his computer, and
Yes,
so he should be back here shortly.
I got patience.
All right.
I don't know. You got other people though. I don't know if they got them.
Yeah, well, it is appreciated. Thank you.
No problem.
Can you hear me okay?
Glad you're back, Mr.
Okay,
Lillich.
all right.
Appreciate it.
Glad to
I
be
did speak with Mr. Cheatham. At least he was just wondering if there were notes associated with the cases. And I explained to when he pled, when he was sentenced, and that these two new charges weren't even around. They were not there when he pled
Yes.
to the charges.
And
So,
go ahead, Judge.
how are we going to proceed?
Judge, I think there's been some confusion with Mr. Cheatham. He and I were discussing that, and he believes that when he pled, that plea covered the two drinking in public charges and the DUI.
Right.
And my size of this is that we were still waiting to be sentenced on the DUI. I don't think he's comfortable entering into any kind of agreement with the city today.
Right.
Judge, Mr. Cheatham has advised me he's been incarcerated since Sunday. And in light of him being in jail for that period of time, I'd request that the court consider granting him an OR bond, order him to appear, and then I think he would be more comfortable from what he told me, meeting with me in person or one of our attorneys and going through this.
Right. Well, Mr. Cheatham, I understand where you're coming from. But as I mentioned that when you pled, those charges didn't even exist yet. But I will OR you out, and I'm going to set this for hearing. We're gonna go quick on this because I'm a little concerned that if you were in fact drinking, because I don't know, on a DUI charge, that's kind of serious. So what I'm gonna set it for is July 3rd, which is next Thursday. Okay? And I will set it at 1 o'clock. So July 3rd at 1 o'clock. All right. And you'll need to be here at that time.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to tell you, do not drive unless you're properly licensed and insured.
I'm not.
And-
I'm not. I'm not driving none at
Right.
all, Miss.
Okay,
Still-
good. I just want to make sure you understand. Can't do that. All right. So we'll see you here July 3rd at 1 o'clock.
Okay. But
All right.
as far as him, do I ask him? Do I come see him Tuesday?
Well, he won't be here Tuesday. He will be here on Thursday. So you can visit with him at that time.
Thursday?
Yes, we're only in the office, Mr. Cheatham, on Thursdays and Fridays.
Right.
Okay. I'll be there between 2 in closing
Okay.
Thursday.
All
Okay.
right. Sounds good. Yeah, because 1 o'clock is your hearing.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
Tramiel House next, Judge. House.
Hello, Mr. Is it House?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court, and you have some matters here that are unresolved. You also have a pending motion to revoke a probation for a battery charge that has been filed.
No,
Let me make sure of the current charges that you have. The
I
current
never-
charges are 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia
I-
and a failure to appear summons And then there is that motion to revoke probation.
What's
So what I've done is I've
what?
appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who is here, so that you can visit with him, talk to him to determine how we're going to proceed on these
Uh-huh.
matters.
Yes,
So if
ma'am.
you'd ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you can talk to your lawyer in private.
Okay. Yeah, bro. The break room. Oh, you see, I haven't. Well, let's see.
Mike is live.
Ms. Hutton? It
Yes, ma'am.
also looks like, are those possession of drug, is that a duplicate charge? It looks like a duplicate.
It did look like a duplicate, ma'am, and I checked it. I looked at both of them. They are
Yeah.
actually two separate charges that happened at the exact same time. If you look at both of the tickets,
Yes,
they are literally the same, but each ticket has two charges on it. So I don't know.
okay. Maybe they found two different things.
I think so maybe, but I don't know why they
Okay.
would have put it
All
in
right, I
twice.
just want to make sure, because same time, same everything
Yes,
seemed weird.
yes. I
All
was
right,
also
well,
confused.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I was also confused by that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
okay, sounds good. Thank you.
no problem.
Hey, Judge.
Yeah,
On what you think the duplicate charges, what they are, I guess the same ordinance for two different charges.
I
So
got you.
one is for the substance, the other one is for to use, store, contain, conceal the substance.
I got you. Okay.
But they're on
Um,
the same
Yeah,
ticket.
no worries. Ms. Hutton cleared it up, so. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't duplicate.
Yes,
He did a
ma'am.
better job explaining the legality of it, I think, but I mean,
I-
because I was just like, I think it's two separate things.
Yeah, no comment.
No. Well, thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome. Credit where credit is due.
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. House. Your Honor, Mr. House advises me that he did not know that he was on probation and is unaware of any conditions related to it. I have told him about the city's plea offer on the new charges. He would, since he has been incarcerated since Monday, he would request that the court grant him an OR bond, order him to appear, and I told him that we could review the motion to revoke with him and see where that gets us.
All right. Mr. House, I don't believe that you're being held. Let me look to make sure.
Mm.
Yeah,
I had no.
that you're being held on anything, other than this. I will OR you out,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
you are to appear. It's gonna be July 17th. That's a Thursday
Uh-huh.
at 1 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you are not in court on that date, a warrant's going to be issued. You'll be right back where you're at.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, and then we can hear the allegation. We can figure this out. What did I just say? July 17th?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Your Honor.
At 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
July 17th at 1 o'clock. So we will send paperwork over for you to appear. It's on the second floor of City Hall. So make sure you're there at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right.
Thank you
You
for
have a
giving
good
me
day.
thank you for giving me a second chance, ma'am.
Thank you.
Camille Bullock, Judge.
How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing all right. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here that need to be figured out. Let me look them up real quick. I had to make some notes there.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's some interference with law enforcement. There's a number of those. Destruction of property, there's at least 3 of those. Trespass, and 2 domestic batteries. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here.
Okay.
So I'd like you to visit with him so we can figure out how these cases need to proceed. So if
Okay.
you could ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout,
Yes.
you can talk to Mr. Lilich, all right?
Okay.
Done there.
Yes, Mr. Lilich.
Judge, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Bullock. After meeting with Mr. Bullock, I did review a plea offer with him that's been made by the city. Your Honor, I explained to Mr. Bullock insofar as the substance of the plea offer that he does have an absolute right to have a trial on these charges, and that if he proceeded to trial, he'd have the assistance of our office at trial, and I've explained his rights related to trial. Your Honor, I've also explained to Mr. Bullock that as part of the plea offer, he would be pleading to 2 counts of domestic battery. I've explained to him that if he's charged with domestic battery in the future, that a subsequent domestic battery charge could be charged as a felony. I've also explained to him while on probation for domestic battery, it's unlawful for him to own or possess a firearm. Your Honor, after going through those caveats with him, he would like to accept the city's plea offer. It is his understanding he'll be pleading guilty to 2 counts of domestic battery, 1 count of criminal damage to property, and 1 count of trespassing. In exchange for that, the city will move to dismiss the remaining counts. And the other terms of the plea agreement are that it'll be a 180-day underlying sentence. Mr. Bullock will serve 5 days in jail, be placed on probation on the balance for 1 year on the condition that he complete batter's intervention, he have no violent contact with the alleged victim, not violate the law, and pay an $800 fine. Your Honor, after going through that plea offer from the city with Mr. Bullock, he would request that the court adopt it as its order.
Mr. Bullock, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
These domestic battery charges are pretty serious.
Okay.
And as he mentioned, that if you get another domestic battery, it could be a felony. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, ma'am. I do.
Okay, because these right now are 2 misdemeanor domestics.
Okay.
But if you, in the future, get another one, you could be looking at a felony. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, by entering these pleas, you're giving up your right to a trial. You have a right to a trial in these matters. The city's got to prove you did it. You don't have to prove anything. You'll have the assistance of Mr. Lilich to help you. But by entering the plea, you're giving up that right. Is that still what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I note that there is a victim by Latosha Lanier. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any contact with her anymore?
No.
Okay, because what's going to happen is you can have contact with her, just no violent contact. Do you understand? Okay. I'm going to agree with the sentencing here, so there's not going to be an issue about that. So how do you plead to the 2 counts of domestic battery and the destruction of property?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea. The other charges will be dismissed.
Okay.
You're going to have an underlying sentence, and what that means is that you don't have to serve all of the 180 days, but
And-
it's hanging over your head. That
Okay.
if you don't get these things done, you got a problem, okay? Go ahead, did you have a
Okay.
question?
Yes, and he also understand me. I've been here since Sunday. He said I would have to do 5 days with my underlying sentence.
Correct?
I completed the 5
Yeah,
days. So
if
what we
you've been in, right,
yes, yes.
you'll get credit for that.
Okay, thank you,
All
Judge.
right, okay. So there's a 180-day underlying sentence.
Okay.
Suspend all but those 5 days. You'll receive credit for the time served.
Okay.
You'll be on probation for 1 year, and during that time, you're going to have to do batter intervention program.
Okay.
Complete that. You're not to have any contact with Latosha Lanier, not to violate the law in any way,
Okay.
and you're going to have to report to probation on a regular basis, okay?
Okay.
Now, to report to probation, You're going to have to do what's called an orientation with them,
Okay.
and that's usually on any Thursday. So I'm looking at July 10th,
10.
July 17th, or July 24th at 10 o'clock. What would work with your schedule?
July, because I got a job now, Judge. So I think
Okay.
July 24th, is July 24th fine?
Yeah, that will work. July 24th at 10
At 10
a.m.
o'clock.
Now at 10. And where it is, it's on the second floor of City Hall, basically just across the street from where you're at.
Okay.
On the second floor, when you get off the elevators, just to your left. And there's
Okay.
also security people around, so you can just ask them, hey, where's probation at? And they'll direct you, all right?
Okay.
I will also assess those fines, the domestic, the $500 fine for the domestic, the destruction, 150, and then for that other battery, 150. So you'll owe a total of $800. So you're gonna have to pay that over your time also,
Okay.
okay? You cannot possess any guns during this time. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions at all what you have to do?
No, I just have to show up July 24th at at the probation office for orientation at 10 o'clock, and I will be there.
Okay, good. And I will tell you, if you don't appear, a warrant's going to be issued for your arrest, so don't miss it, all right?
Yes.
Okay. If you don't have any other questions, that'll conclude the hearing, and just hope to see you July 24th at 10.
Okay. So I will be released today?
Yeah, we'll send over paperwork that you will be released today.
Okay.
But that's up to the jail how fast they are, but
Okay.
we will send paperwork over. Yes,
Uh, okay, Judge. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
you also.
Vernell Lee.
Hey, Judge.
Yeah.
He had a couple other cases that were set for June the 23rd.
Was it under a different name?
Um, no, his middle name is spelled differently, but his first name and last name are the same.
Well, I show them all for
Well,
today.
they all, yeah, I continue them all for today, but they didn't get entered. I guess that's Ash. They didn't get put with
Put
the
in.
attorney rec.
What were the charges?
Interference with an officer and interference with legal process.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, they're dismissed also.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And this is, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir. What's your name?
You talking to me?
Yes, yes.
Vernell Lee.
Oh, Vernell Lee. Hello, Mr. Lee. I'm
Yeah.
Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. And you have quite a few unresolved matters here, stemming back from 2021 up to just recently, June 22nd. Possession of drugs, possession of marijuana. You have some traffic matters, assault. You've got at least 6 counts of trespassing, a destruction of property. So what I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here to talk to you about how these cases need to proceed. So if you would ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you can talk to your lawyer in private.
The breakout room.
Yes. You're done talking to your prosecutor or your
I'm gonna pop out for 1 minute, ma'am, but I'll be right back.
Sure. Yes, Mr. Lilich.
Your Honor, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Lee. I did explain to Mr. Lee that he has an absolute right to have a trial on the charges before the court, and I did review a plea offer that's been made by the city. I would note, and if Ashley, if you're on, the plea offer did not have a specific underlying sentence. But in talking to Mr. Lee about the plea offer, he would like to discuss the plea offer with his case manager from the Wyandotte Center before he makes a final decision. Your Honor, he advises me he doesn't understand why he had a warrant on these charges. He tells me he's always made his court dates, and he promises that if you consider and grant him an own recognizance bond, he will appear on the date that you order him to appear. Your Honor, Mr. Lee advises me that he's been incarcerated on since Sunday. So he'd asked that the court grant him an OR bond. Hopefully, the city will keep this plea offer open for him to further consider.
Mr. Lee, on some of these charges, you have failed to appear more than once. You've been in custody, we've let you out, we've set a new date, and then you fail to appear again.
I was
Why
homeless
is this
then.
time different?
I was homeless then, and I didn't have no communications like back and forth. But I do have a place of residence now where they can get in touch with me and everything.
And who is your case manager at Wyandotte Center?
Uh, I can't think of her name right now because my memory is messed up right
I
now.
understand.
But I do have a case manager there at the Mind Center.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to let you out,
Thank you.
but if you do not appear, and I'm going to make a note, if you do not appear, you're going to sit in that jail until we get these resolved next time.
Thank you.
All right. So don't miss this date. I'm going to set it for July 3rd. That's next Thursday. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is there any way I
Right
can get,
before the 4th of July. All right,
yeah, is
so
there any way I can get that after the 4th of July?
why?
Well, the 4th is my birthday, so I don't, I'm trying to deal with
Hey,
that.
it is. Look at that.
Is there any way that I could possibly get that after the 4th?
I'll allow it. I'll go to July 10th.
Thank you. That'll give me a chance to talk to her
July,
and everything.
yeah, July 10th at 1 o'clock. Make sure when you get out, go visit your case manager on Monday or Tuesday
Yes.
so that you can get her in the loop and maybe she can come with you to court to help you navigate this.
Okay, that's what I'm hoping.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. All right. So, the only thing is, I'm going to tell you, we're going to write on your paperwork, you need to stay away from some of these places. For example, KU Med. Unless you have a medical emergency, stay away from there.
Yes.
All right. There's a place called at 1829 North 14th Street.
Yeah, I know where that is.
All right. Stay away from there. We've got 2100 North 13th Street.
Yeah.
Stay away from there. Okay.
Yes.
And it looks like 730 Nebraska Avenue.
What is that?
Yeah, 730
Oh, okay. That's the Frank Williams
Nebraska.
Center. Yeah.
Okay. And then 1705 Parallel.
Um.
Stay away from there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll continue this out to July 10th at 1.
At 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
All right.
Okay. And we'll send over paperwork on that. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
You have a good birthday. Don't celebrate too much. That gets you back in there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we'll see you July 10th in court.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Judge.
Randy Clark next.
Hello, Mr. Clark. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court.
Hi.
You have a number of unresolved matters here. They range from about 5, 6 counts of trespass, interference with law enforcement, petty larceny, which is thefts. You have a battery. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, so that we can figure out how we're going to proceed with these cases. So what I'd like you to do is ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, and therefore you can talk to Mr. Lilich, your attorney, in private. All right?
Okay. Okay.
Done talk.
Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Clark. Um, I did advise Mr. Clark that he has an absolute right to have a trial on all these charges that are pending before the court. And I discussed with him his rights related to trial. After that discussion, Your Honor, and review of a plea offer that's been made by the city, he would like to accept that plea offer. Um, Your Honor, I've advised Mr. Clark that the nature of this plea offer involves him pleading guilty to 2 counts of theft. I've advised him that should he be charged with misdemeanor theft again in the future, it could be charged as a felony. He's advised me he doesn't have any pending felony matters at this time. Judge, it's his understanding of the plea agreement that he would be pleading guilty to 2 counts of interference with the law enforcement officer, 4 counts of trespassing, and 2 counts of theft, and that in exchange for that plea, the city would move to dismiss the remaining counts, and the city would be seeking a total of a $650 fine. Judge, he would ask that the court adopt the agreement that I just described as its order.
I'm looking at the plea agreement. There's also a battery charge that he's going to plead to. The ones that you mentioned in the battery.
I've never been charged with battery. I've never got into a fight.
Your Honor, I missed that.
Okay. Did you
are
want to
correct.
talk to the prosecutor concerning that?
Yeah, I've never I don't remember that charge.
I'll go back over that with you if we need to, Mr. Clark.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
would the
it
city
looks
be
like
willing?
it looks like the battery charge occurred September 26th of 2024 at, it looks like the 7th Street Casino.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never been to the 7th
I'm
Street
just,
Casino.
yeah,
I got
I'm not
tased.
saying you did it or not, sir.
I got tased when I was there. I've
Yeah.
never been to the casino. I
Judge,
haven't been there in like 2 years.
Judge,
All
I
right, I'm gonna let you
apologize.
talk to your lawyer.
Okay, well, that I'm not sure what that's about. I got
Yeah,
tased.
so
I've
let's,
never gotten a fight in that
all right,
casino.
I'm gonna ask that you go back out into a breakout, so
Okay, well, can I go into
ask,
the breakout?
yeah,
Because that I don't believe that.
that's no worries.
Thank you, Judge. So,
I don't believe that. That's a lie. I've never been there. That is a lie. That is a lie. No, I'm not gonna stop.
Your Honor, we're ready when you are.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, my apologies. I overlooked one of the charges. Thanks for the opportunity for me to talk to Mr. Clark again. We are now on the same page with the city on this plea agreement. It's Mr. Clark's understanding that as part of the plea agreement, he'll be pleading guilty to 2 counts of interference, 4 counts of trespassing, 2 counts of theft, and 1 count of battery that I appreciate the court pointing out that I had overlooked. So it'll be a total of 9 charges that he'll be pleading to. The remaining charges will be dismissed. It's Mr. Clark's understanding the city is not seeking an underlying sentence or probation, and that he will pay a total of $650 in fines. Your Honor, Mr. Clark would request that the court adopt that plea agreement that I just described as its order.
Mr. Clark, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, Your Honor.
And quite frankly, I'm surprised that you don't have any underlying sentence. You just have a fine that's unusual. So you should be grateful for the offer.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
It's pretty good. All right. So do you understand though, by entering the pleas to these things, that you're giving up your right to a trial? You have an absolute right to have a trial,
Yes, I understand.
but you want to give that right up.
Yes,
And have you had enough time to talk to Mr. Lilich about this plea?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. So for the charges, I'm going to list them out again so we're not confused. Interference with a law enforcement officer, trespass, 3 counts of trespassing, 2 counts of petty larceny, 1 count of battery, and another count of interference. You kind of got 2 of everything except the battery. All right. How do you want to plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. I'll accept your plea. All the other charges will be dismissed. You will owe the fines and costs up to $650.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you a date certain to pay. Now, how this is going to work is you can pay it any way, which way you want, as long as it's paid on this date that I'm going to give you. Now, if you make payments of $20, $50, they'll move the date for you, and then that way it gives you more time. Okay? Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the date I'm going to give you is the end of September. So that gives you quite a few paychecks to get this paid off.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. September 26th at 1 o'clock for payment. And like I said, you can wait till September 26th, pay it all off, or you can start making some payments now and they'll move that date for you.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So now what will happen is we will send paperwork over to get you out of custody.
Okay.
So you'll be released.
Today.
And just as long as you pay those fines, you won't be in any trouble with the court.
Okay, I will.
All right. All right. Did you have any questions at all?
Yes. Y'all sending the paperwork over here and I'll be released today.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Your
All right.
Honor.
All right. You have a good day and try to stay cool because, man, it's hot out there.
Right. I will.
All right.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Juan Walls will be next and last in this pod. He needs to come out by himself. If anybody needs to take a break, it's going to take a couple of minutes to get him down.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Judge. Glad we could get that
no.
on the right track.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, a little quicker than I thought. Mr. Walls is here.
All right, well, we'll have to wait. Mr. Lilich stepped out for a minute.
Sure, understand. I'll go silent till he pops back in.
Okay, sounds perfect.
All right.
Mr. Lilich, if you're back, I think the jail's ready.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think if you're ready, the jail's, they got him down quicker than he thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to
Right.
use the restroom, so
Yeah,
we're
no
good to go.
worries.
Yes, quicker than I thought.
Yeah, perfect.
Are we ready?
Yes, Mr. Jefferson?
No, Walls. Tawan Walls.
All right, sorry.
It's all right.
Hello, Mr. Walls. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here that we need to figure out what's going to happen with them. 3 counts of trespass, a failure to appear, destruction of property, and assaulting a law enforcement officer. I have appointed counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is here so that you can speak with him so that we can figure out how we're going to proceed. So if you'd ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you can talk to your lawyer, Mr. Lilich, in private. Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thanks for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Walls. Although Mr. Walls was initially uncomfortable communicating with me electronically today, we got past that. We did discuss Mr. Walls' absolute right to have a trial and the charges pending before the court. I did let Mr. Walls know the city had made a plea offer. He would prefer that the charges be set for trial. Your Honor, I discussed with him that an option on that path would be that the court set a review date so that he could further review this case with an attorney from our office. That's what he would prefer to do. Judge, Mr. Walls advises me that he has been incarcerated since June the 22nd. He's advised me that should the court order him to appear for a review date down the road, that he will personally appear at that time. In light of the time he has been in jail, Judge, I'd ask that the court consider granting him an own recognizance bond and ordering him to appear sometime in the near future.
Mr. Walls, yes, I will allow you to be released today, but I am going to set it for a status as opposed to setting it for trial. I think it would be in your best interest to visit with your counsel concerning these to help you prepare for trial. So what we'll do is you're going to get an OR bond with conditions, meaning that you are not to be around KU Med unless you have a medical emergency. You cannot be around 624 Ann because you received that trespass charge. So those two places you need to stay away from pending the resolution of these charges. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. I will release you. I'm going to set you for July 17th, which is a Thursday. It'll be at 1 o'clock. You need to be in court on that day. It's at City Hall on the second floor.
Okay.
If you do not appear, a warrant's going to be issued. You'll be back in custody and you won't be getting out anytime soon. You understand? For these cases, I'm giving you the option to come on your own. Okay? So July 17th at 1 o'clock, City Hall second floor. Stay away from KU Med and that 624 Ann, and I'll see you in court that day. All right?
Thank you.
I'm going to make a note also that you have been in custody for 5 days.
All right.
All right. So we'll send over that paperwork. Once it's processed, you'll be released today.
All right.
All right. You have a good rest of your day. Try to stay cool when you get outside because it's hot.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You do the same.
Next up, Keon Jefferson. I'm sorry, last name Jefferson. Keon Jefferson. He's next door, different pod though.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Jefferson's ready.
All right, thank you.
Hello, Judge.
Hi, I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have a motion to revoke your probation on 2 counts of domestic battery. It looks like that back March 28th of this year, you entered a plea to 2 counts of domestic battery and simple battery, so three separate charges. Anyway, you were sentenced to 365 days, suspend all but 7. You got credit for time served, etc. And you were placed on probation, and you were supposed to report April 10th at 10 a.m. And you did not appear, and so a warrant was issued for your arrest. So that's what's pending right now. So what I'd like for you to do is your lawyers here, Mr. Lilich, so that you can talk to him, reference why you didn't appear and what's how we need to proceed on this matter. So ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout so you can speak to your lawyer in private.
Can you put me in a breakout so I can speak?
Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Jefferson. Judge, the city did make a plea offer to resolve Mr. Jefferson's pending charges. I did review that with him. He
Well,
would,
hang on a minute. This is on a motion to revoke.
oh,
He
that's,
pled back March 28th. He just failed to appear for probation.
okay,
And it's just on a motion to revoke, failing to appear.
okay.
Usually
I,
we not gonna
I
do-
discussed the plea offer I got with
Yeah,
him. I
yeah,
did
because
not.
the plea, that happened. It's just that we've got this motion to revoke.
Okay, well, Judge, I think what I did discuss with him would cover that.
Okay,
Um, he's advised me that he has been in the Jackson County Jail for 14 days and recently transferred to the Wyandotte County Jail, and he's been there for 2 days. Um, I'm happy to discuss the motion to revoke with him. My impression is that he will likely want a hearing
right.
on
Well,
that.
I'm just saying, I understand he might have been in the Jackson County Jail for 14 days, but it doesn't explain not appearing in April. Okay, so I don't have a problem with letting you out, sir, for a hearing, but it's going to be set for a hearing on this date that I give you. And if you fail to appear, then you'll be sitting in jail. We can have a hearing by video. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So I'm going to continue this matter for hearing on that motion to revoke for July 17th at 10 o'clock. Mr. Jefferson, do you understand? Okay. We will send over paperwork. We will let you out, but don't miss this hearing. Because you've got a whole year underlying sentence on that, those charges that you pled to. You could be looking at a year in jail, so be there, okay?
Oh,
Mr. Jefferson, in the meantime, if you would like an appointment with our office to review this with you, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, Your
No,
Honor.
that's fine.
Our office is located on the second floor of City Hall in room 212. You can come in any Thursday or Friday between 2 and 5 p.m., and we will work you in for an appointment.
okay.
All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Jefferson, on what you need to do?
No,
July 17th at 1 o'clock.
I'll be
Be
there.
in court. All right. We'll send over the paperwork. You'll be released.
Thank
You can give your headphones back to the jailer.
And lastly is our lady, Ms. James, down in the ladies' pod. So it'll take me a couple of minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Pardon me, Judge, Ms. James is here.
Thank you.
And the same lawyer.
Hello, Ms. James. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. There's a trespass charge, an assaulting a law enforcement officer, and resisting arrest. It looks like you received these tickets May 2nd of 2024.
Yeah, I came to the court that you did a continuance in the federal building, but that lawyer right there called me up there and told me to have a meeting, and they never called me back. I've been sitting in the state of Kansas the whole time at the same address. I haven't left. I was
Well,
body slammed by your sheriff
I
that's
am
up for
going,
re-election, and my
sir,
finger was broke.
ma'am, I'm going to have you talk to your lawyer concerning this matter so we can figure out how we're going to proceed. So if you'd ask the gentleman to put you in a breakout room, you can speak to Mr. Lilich in private.
What room?
Ask him to put you in a room. Yeah.
I asked for a new lawyer.
Ms. Hutton,
Lashante. Yes, Your Honor.
on this matter, who is the officer? Because I will set this for trial if she's asked it, and I don't have any notes to show.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. What was her name again? Miss.
James Tashi, Tashee.
Okay. Looks like it was, well, looks like the person who signed it was Captain Pantoya. Yep, Captain Pantoya.
Okay, so he's just he's a sheriff's deputy, isn't he? Because I thought that happened over at the courthouse.
It did 710 North 7th Street.
Right. So if I just set it like on a Friday,
They can go anywhere because they're sheriff.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure. Thanks. Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thanks for that opportunity to meet with Miss James. Miss James has directed me to bring several issues to the attention of the court. Many of these issues that she's directed me to bring it to your attention, Your Honor, she has directed me to do so against my advice. However, she has directed me to do that, so I'm going to do that at this time. Your Honor, Miss James would like the court to order her to be put to death before November of this year. She would like the court to appoint a female attorney to represent her. She doesn't wish to consider the plea offer today that's been made by the city. She wishes for all of her cases to be set for trial. I
And the death
believe,
penalty on the table. If they could put, I don't want no plea prison time. I did 17 years almost in Kansas. I want the death penalty before my birthday, if I could get that.
have I covered everything, Miss James?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I've discussed with Miss James that the court has authority to grant her an OR bond today. She doesn't care whether or not the court does grant her an OR bond. I would request that the court consider granting her an OR bond. Miss James, remind me, how long have you been incarcerated?
I've been incarcerated in the state of Kansas from July 2008 all the way to
How
oh
about in
oh
this
right now?
instance? Yes.
Since 26, since 7:40, it was like 8 o'clock yesterday. So
Okay,
I've been here for
Judge,
about over
I would
24
Yeah,
ask
hours.
that,
she just went in. That's why I
that-
put her on this docket. It was easy.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that, Judge. Judge, I would ask that the court consider that she just went in today.
I went in yesterday.
Yeah.
Judge, I would ask that the court consider that Miss James has been incarcerated since yesterday. Miss James, you will promise to appear at any court date that the judge orders you to appear. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been looking for mail for you.
Okay.
I've been coming up here just on purpose. You see what I'm
All
saying? I've
right.
been walking to McDonald's, coming up here looking for, I'm being harassed by family members that, not to be disrespectful, Judge. I have family members that I didn't know had sexual offenses against women and kids, like indecencies. They harassing me. Like they purposely coming out their way to sit at the address to get high and drunk and then do
All right.
indecencies.
All
So I'm
right.
being
Well,
harassed by my
I
own
under-
grandmother's children.
I understand.
Judge, I
Miss
hope.
James, hang on just a second. Miss Hutton, what's your position on releasing her today?
The city has no objection to an OR bond, Your Honor. And that's all I have.
Right. What I'll do, Miss James, is I know there was a little bit of time where you weren't appearing, but then you did. You were pretty regular. You met with counsel
They
concerning
ain't been
this.
giving me my mail. I've
I
been
do.
calling Georgia trying to get.
I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to OR you out. I'm going to set it for July 18th, which is a Friday.
I can make it.
Is morning better or afternoon better for you on a Friday?
More if you do everything morning, listen,
Yeah.
I can beat everybody around me. They like
Okay.
to wake up. I'm a morning person. If you do it
Okay,
late,
perfect.
it's
Yeah.
gonna prevent me from getting there.
Yeah, I
I
got
had
you.
people really trying to prevent me from staying out here on the streets.
I got you. I will set it for July 18th at 8:30. And so just be here at that time and hopefully we can figure out if we want to set it for trial, great. If you want to reconsider the plea offer, great. But we'll get something done on that date. All
I
right?
am, Judge. It's not that. Listen, I'm staying in one house, Judge. When I tell you
Yeah.
I'm being a hermit, I'm not even going to buy clothes, none of that. I'm being
Yeah.
harassed so bad that when I go, anytime I go out, guess what? I got men pulling guns on me, whether it's Missouri or Kansas. I got people that sex offenders just walking up on me,
All right.
touching me.
Well, ma'am, I understand that, and you can talk to your lawyer about those things. But right now, I'm going to set it for July 18th at 8:30.
Okay.
And we'll see you at that time, all right? We'll OR you out. We'll send over paperwork for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
right.
All right, that will conclude the hearing. You give your headphones back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Check in or step into your pod there. Judge, are we going to OR her?
Yes, we'll send over
Okay.
paperwork for that.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to support any motion to have somebody talk to her, but that'll work.
Yeah, it's good. All
Okay.
right, so
That's it.
yeah, have a good weekend.
Same to everybody. Take care.
Good
Bye all.
weekend.